If you've been tirelessly hitting the gym, slashing carbs, or even skipping meals in hopes of seeing the scale tip in your favor, only to find that stubborn fat clinging on, you're not alone. The frustration of feeling like your efforts aren't paying off doesn't mean you're broken or that your body is failing you. The truth is, fat loss isn't about pushing harder with the same ineffective strategies. It's about redirecting your focus to smarter, sustainable habits that align with how your body actually works. By understanding and applying a few key principles, you can break through plateaus and make progress that lasts. One of the most effective starting points is tracking what you do. Research consistently shows that people who monitor their food intake lose twice as much weight as those who don't. The reason is simple: you can't change what you don't measure. Many people struggle not because they aren't trying hard enough, but because they're guessing their calorie intake, their activity levels, or whether their efforts are even making a difference. Tracking doesn't have to be an overwhelming task of counting every calorie or obsessing over numbers. It can be as straightforward as jotting down what you eat each day, noting your daily step count, or setting a consistent eating window, like sticking to meals within a 10-hour period. These small habits provide real feedback, replacing guesswork with clarity. By measuring just one thing consistently, you gain control over your progress, and what gets measured gets managed. Beyond tracking, building muscle is a game changer for fat loss. While cardio burns calories during the activity, its benefits taper off once you stop. Muscle, on the other hand, keeps your metabolism elevated even at rest, allowing you to burn more calories throughout the day. It also shapes your body as fat melts away, giving you a leaner, more defined look. More importantly, having more muscle means you can eat more food while still losing fat, making the process feel less restrictive. You don't need a gym membership or expensive equipment to build muscle. Body weight exercises like push-ups, lunges, squats, and dips are enough to challenge your body and spark adaptation. These movements force your muscles to grow, improving not just how you look, but how you feel. By prioritizing resistance training over endless cardio, you create a more efficient path to fat loss that supports long-term success. Another critical yet often overlooked factor is your core. Your core isn't just your abs. It includes your obliques, lower back, and deep stabilizing muscles that act as your body's natural support system, like an internal weightlifting belt. When you engage your core properly, it protects your spine, improves your posture, and amplifies the force in every movement you make. This engagement activates more muscle groups, which translates to more calories and fat burned. The beauty of core training is that it doesn't require a separate workout routine. You can incorporate it into every exercise by learning to brace your core. Imagine preparing for a punch to the stomach, not sucking in, but locking everything down, creating a tight, controlled center. By consistently bracing during movements like squats or even daily activities like walking, you train your body to stay strong and efficient. This small habit reduces injury risk, boosts performance, and keeps your metabolism firing, quietly transforming your results over time. Sleep is another non-negotiable pillar of fat loss. Poor sleep disrupts the hormones that control appetite, energy, and metabolism, making it harder to stay on track. When you're sleep-deprived, cravings for unhealthy foods spike, your willpower plummets, and your fat-burning hormones take a hit. Even if you're eating clean and training hard, getting only 4 hours of sleep a night puts your body in survival mode, where it clings to fat stores as if preparing for a crisis. Sleep isn't just a break from your day. It's the foundation that supports everything else. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night helps regulate your hunger, boosts your energy for workouts, and keeps your metabolism running smoothly. Creating a consistent sleep routine, like going to bed and waking up at the same time daily, can make a significant difference in your fat loss journey. One of the biggest frustrations in fat loss is that you can't choose where the fat comes off first. Your body decides. Often, the areas you most want to slim down, like the belly for men or the hips and thighs for women, are the last to change. This isn't a sign of failure. It's just how fat loss works. Your body burns fat systemically, not locally, pulling from the easiest and most accessible fat stores first. You might notice changes in your face, arms, or upper body before your midsection starts to shrink. This can feel discouraging, especially when the scale isn't moving as fast as you'd like, but it's a normal part of the process. The key is to stay consistent and avoid falling for myths like spot reduction, the idea that you can target fat loss in specific areas with exercises like crunches. A 2013 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research debunked this, showing no significant fat loss in targeted areas even after participants performed over 1,000 abdominal exercises over 6 weeks. To lean out your belly, hips, or thighs, you need to keep losing fat overall by maintaining a calorie deficit, strength training regularly, sleeping well, and staying patient. Stubborn fat is simply the last to go, and giving your body time to follow its natural sequence is critical. Finally, eating the right amount is just as important as eating the right foods. Many people believe that eating less is always better for fat loss, but cutting calories too drastically can backfire. When you eat too little, your metabolism slows to conserve energy, you lose muscle instead of fat, and your hormones shift in ways that increase cravings and sap your energy. The goal isn't to eat as little as possible, but to eat as much as possible while still losing fat. This means prioritizing high-protein meals to preserve muscle, incorporating smart carbs to fuel your workouts, and eating enough to keep your body out of survival mode. A well-fed body works with you, not against you, supporting better energy levels, stronger workouts, and sustainable fat loss. Finding the sweet spot, enough food to feel satisfied but still in a calorie deficit, requires experimentation and tracking, but it's far more effective than starving yourself. To tie it all together, fat loss doesn't require a perfect diet, a grueling workout plan, or a miracle supplement. It's about building purposeful habits and sticking with them long enough to see results. Start by tracking one thing consistently, whether it's your meals, steps, or eating window. Train to build muscle with simple, effective exercises that challenge your body. Engage your core in every movement to boost efficiency and burn more fat. Make sleep a priority to keep your hormones and metabolism in check. Forget about spot reduction and trust that your body will burn fat in its own order. And most importantly, eat to fuel your fat loss, not to starve it. These steps, when repeated with intention, create a framework for sustainable progress. No single habit will transform you overnight, but together, they build a system that works. If you've achieved weight loss milestones, keep going. Consistency is what turns effort into results.